Hello, welcome to Story Time. My name is Jarvis and I'm flown all the way from Blighty, the United Kingdom that is, to come and tell you a story today. Are you all sitting comfortably? Yes? Excellent. Then let's start. The story I'll be telling you about today is full of adventure, intrigue, aerial acrobatics, world travel, and sheep. Bah! The book is called Those Magnificent Sheep in Their Flying Machine, and it's by Pete Bentley, and David Roberts did the excellent illustrations. So, let us begin. The sheep on the hillside were munching away, much as they always did day after day, when suddenly something went zoom overhead. "Let's go and see what it is," they all said. So Lambert and Eunice and Marty and Mabs and old Uncle Ramsbottom, Bart, Ben and Babs skipped to the hilltop and saw down below. What do you think they saw? Dozens of airplanes, all in a row. There were men with moustaches and goggles and spats, and ladies in splendidly colourful hats, and jolly brass bands playing pom-diddle-dee. An air race, the lambs cried with glee. Look at that. Wonderful show, not unlike the air shows we have here in beautiful Pensacola. A bright yellow aeroplane stood nearby. "How spiffing," said Eunice, "to fly in the sky. No one will mind if we take a quick peep." So one by one into the plane jumped the sheep. Well, this isn't going very well, is it? "Oh dear," muttered Mabs, "it's a bit of a squeeze, but there's just enough room if you tuck up your knees." "Move up, Ben," said Eunice, but Ben couldn't budge. So old Uncle Ramsbottom gave him a nudge, which made him bump Lambert, who bonked into Babs, who banged into Marty, who bashed into Mabs, who bleated, "Oh bother," and biffed against Bart, who butted a little green button marked start. Uh-oh, what's going to happen there? The engine went chuggity, chuggity, cough, and old Uncle Ramsbottom cried, "Let me off!" But the plane quickly started to trundle downhill, and faster it trundled until old Uncle Ramsbottom, Bart, Ben and Babs, and Eunice and Lambert and Marty and Mabs caused all the people to gasp and to stare as their bright yellow aeroplane took to the air. "I say," cried a gent with a silver-topped cane, "some thieves in white sweaters are taking my plane." There he is. It looks, and look at all the crowd watching them. "Ah!" cried the sheep as they swerved and they swooped. "Ooh!" they all groaned as the plane looped-a-looped. They did a steep nosedive and rolled a few rolls. Then old Uncle Ramsbottom took the controls. "Way!" he exclaimed. "What a lark! What a thrill! This beats eating grass on our boring old hill. The world is our oyster," he cried out in glee. "Let's see a few sights." And they all cried, "Yippee!" They can-canned in France. There's the Eiffel Tower. And flamencoed in Spain. Look at those beautiful dresses. Till a furious bull chased them back to the plane. They flew over Egypt with rumbling tummies. So they stopped for a picnic, but they woke up some mummies. There we go. Mummies coming out of the pyramid, disturbing their little tea time snack there. In Tibet, little Ben found a mound of spaghetti. He chomped a great mouthful. But run, it's a Yeti! Oh, Little scamp there chewing at his fur. An old Maharaja stroking his belly and said, "Come for lunch at my palace in Delhi." But they soon scuttled back to the plain in a hurry when they asked, "What's to eat?" And he said, "Mutton curry." You all know mutton. Mutton is lamb. They sat on a log in a Florida swamp, but the log in the swamp wanted something to chomp. Oh, we're used to these here in Florida. "Where next?" said old Ramsbottom. "Minsk, Timbuktu, Saskatchewan, Zanzibar, Kalamazoo. What about Chile or China or Rome?" But the other sheep all shook their heads and said, "Home. We miss the old field, we miss the old hill, we miss chewing grass and we miss standing still. Travel is fun, every person should try it, but there's no place like home if you want peace and quiet." A little while later, the chap with the cane looked up and cried, "Gosh, it's those thieves with my plane." He ran to the field and leapt over the gate, stared all around and sighed, "Bother, too late." For there was the bright yellow flying machine, but the thieves in white sweaters were not to be seen. There were only some sheep who were munching away, just as they always did, day after day. I hope you've enjoyed that story with us today. Full of intrigue, flight, and world travel. And I hope you come back to the National Naval Aviation Museum next time to hear story time. Thank you.